Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the video. Today we are checking out a 1/16 scale four-wheel drive truck. Now, I'm going to let you guys know something. I do receive quite a bit of messages from companies that run these smaller budget-friendly trucks and, asking if I'm interested in reviewing them. And I have checked out a few of them in the past, but for the most part, they usually lack in a certain area. And for me just to accept these trucks just to do an unboxing video, I don't feel it's right for the company and guys, just for myself and my time. This, on the other hand, there was three things that stood out on this truck that I liked, that when comparing to some of the other trucks I've checked out in the past, maybe they had 2 out of 3 sort of thing, or 1 out of 3. This kind of had all three things that I've always felt like when I'm checking out these trucks, I kind of wish that they were set up this way. And there's actually even a fourth thing. It's a little thing we'll get into, but either way, guys, before we get to that, what I'm going to do is we're going to unbox it. We're going to get it on the bench, and then I'm going to let you know the three things that really, on paper, kind of impressed me, and I'm glad this truck has. All right, guys, so we got the truck out of the box, and you saw everything that went on there. There was a cover on the body, like the film, when you paint a body that you have to remove first. The truck is fully RTR, so it comes with a battery. It comes with the double A's for the transmitter. The transmitter, guys, overall is what you would expect, but by no means, guys, is it the worst transmitter or anything for a budget-friendly RTR. I still remember, I won't say what the truck is, but some of you guys might remember, there was a truck that I bought from a major brand that came with the worst radio ever. So the fact that a budget-friendly brand like Bezgar is including radio like this is, in my opinion, guys, a plus. It feels pretty good. The foam's a little hard, but I mean, it feels comfortable in your hand. You got kind of a long throw there on your reverse, but it feels, guys, overall pretty good. And one of the things, guys, I mentioned at the beginning of the video where there's three things, but then there was something else that I discovered later. And what it is right here. This is your on-off switch. And what's really, really nice about this, I don't know if I'll be able to get it to focus enough, but you have your off position, but then you have 70 and 100. I think that is going to be a much needed feature on this truck because, again, going back to those three things, this is a brushless four-wheel drive monster truck. So unlike some of the other four-wheel drive trucks that I've had in the past in the 1/14th, 1/16 scale, one of the ones I had in the past was a brushed truck. And I did find when I got it out that it was a little boring. It definitely lacked the power. I think at the time I was kind of hoping that, hey, the fact that it's a little bit slower, it would be easier to drive and stuff. But when you actually got out after the first couple of minutes of driving, you definitely felt, that limit. The fact that you didn't have that power there was kind of a bummer. So the fact that this is brushless is awesome. But then at the same time, if you decide to go out and if you're in maybe a smaller area, you go out with your kids, whatever, it'll be nice to know that if they find it a little bit overwhelming, that you can dial it back to 70%. And while we are on that, this truck, guys, also comes with a 3S LiPo. So where some of the trucks I've had in the past, again, the 1/14th, 1/16 scale, some of them came brushed, some of them came brushless, but they also all came with 2S. So the fact that right out of the box, you're getting a brushless and included 3S lipo, that is definitely, guys, a plus. I'm one of those people, and I often say in videos, you know, there's no replacement for displacement. That's a thing that we use in the one-to-one, you know, vehicle term world. And so I think having between the brushless motor and that 3S, you're going to have a super fast truck. But yeah, if you find it a little bit squirmy, depending on where you're going, you're going to be able to dial it back to 70%. All right, now that we got that stuff out of the way, guys, I want to give you my overall impressions. Every time I kind of see these little trucks, I'm always curious to see if when I get them out of the box, do they stand out or do they look cheap? And I know it's kind of hard to say when you're looking at a budget-friendly truck, but overall, guys, you know what? I like the look of this truck. I feel like the body, it's got a half-decent graphic design. It's not too over the top or anything like that. I like the colors. I like the blue and green. It's got a nice wheel and tire package. So I do like the tires. I don't think there's a foam in there, but usually with these little trucks, the fact that they don't weigh too much, it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of got a sort of a familiar tire tread without saying what brand. And while we're on that topic, the chassis, again, sort of a familiar sort of look to it. I kind of like the fact that it's plastic. I always get sort of a kick out of these little trucks coming with like aluminum chassis and stuff like that, because really, I don't know how much those are needed. This does not weigh a ton. It's not going to weigh a lot when you're out there bashing it around and taking jumps and stuff like that. So this does feel, it's kind of got a bit of a texture to it. So I'm thinking it might be like a composite plastic, which should be, guys, very durable for this little truck. Ripping this thing around, you're not going to be launching this thing, you know, 40, 50 feet in the air. I think it's going to do a great job. But what I want to do now is get the body off and check out everything underneath. Now, earlier in the video, I did mention that this was a brushless 3S truck. So it's obviously, guys, you got your brushless ESC, your motor, and you've got a separate receiver. So there's no, you know, 3-in-1, 2-in-1, 75-in-1, whatever that some companies do. I like that's all that is separate, because really, if you did want to change the radio, you could throw a different receiver, and I can't see any reason why that wouldn't work. You're going to have throttle, your steering, and I'm assuming this other one is probably for the LEDs, because again, like I mentioned, guys, there is a front LED bar on it. And I really am digging, guys, this kind of 3S lipo sort of setup they've got. They've got a Dean's connector on the ESC, which is definitely decent. And if we open this up, there it is. We'll get this out of here, if I can get it out of here. There we go. There is your 3S battery. So you've got your Dean's connector and your balance port. And, you know, even though some people might be thinking, oh, hey, well, this is, you know, maybe my other 3S batteries aren't going to work because of the way this one looks. You know what? Let's face it, guys. You can obviously figure out something, Velcro straps, whatever. You'll be able to make this work for other batteries. I would say the only thing you kind of got to watch is just right here with the bell cranks. But either way, you've got a 3S battery. It is 1050 milliamps. So again, I think that is going to give you a pretty decent amount of runtime. I do hope, guys, to possibly get out and give this truck a little rip in this video. However, I'm going to bring you guys up to show you something right now. And here is what my day looks like. So if you can't tell, last weekend, we were 27 degrees Celsius. The sun was shining and it was absolutely gorgeous. This weekend, it is rain. I think it's 3 degrees out right now, and it's going to stay like that all week. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of a bummer, but either way, I'm really curious, guys, just to see how this truck behaves when I get it out. I'm curious to see what 3S brushless is going to be like on a small truck like this. Now, again, in a way, it's kind of unfair because obviously, guys, the rain and the way the ground is, it's going to make it very, very slippery. But again, I do hope, guys, to get out in this video and give this thing a run. All right, guys, from the time that I recorded everything you just watched, it's actually now about a week and a half later, and it's still raining. We've literally had about 2.5 weeks of rain. It clears up for literally, I'm not even joking, guys, minutes at times. There was one day where it was like, I looked out my front window, I saw blue sky, and I thought, hey, I'm going to get out. Came downstairs, got everything ready, and by the time I got outside, it had started sprinkling, and then within like 30 seconds, it was pouring again. So we're going to just put this video out the way it is right now. You guys had a general kind of unboxing, but obviously, guys, as soon as the weather gets nice again, we're going to get out, we're going to run this truck, and we're going to have some fun. But anyways, guys, as always, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe. Check out the links in the description to bring you to Bezgar's site, and have a great day.